Okay, let's get back to the game.
Do I have to? I'm scared, man.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
I
going
don't
to
know
kill
what
you.
you're doing.
Not completely, but there we go. Milk me so I have to. Okay, players, before we get back, remind me at the end of the game when we do our little post powwow.
Yeah.
Someone remind me I have to send Milk my physical address.
Okay.
Gotcha.
There you go, Milk. It's done. One of them will do it.
Hopefully.
Yeah, there's a reasonable chance one of them will remember.
There's a 1 in 4 chance.
Right.
You count Gorbad too.
So there you go. If you want to get Talisman, it's an awesome thing to do. It's a friggin' awesome game, and we're going to be playing some for you guys on some of the bonus experiences. Okay, so here we are. We're back in the tavern. And the last thing that occurred is you all kind of woke up with your hangovers.
Yes.
And here you are. It's nice and bright and early. And you're ready to tackle the day.
Alright, so Radovan's at one side of the table, Kia's at the other, and I'm kind of awkwardly in the corner / middle.
Right.
Alright, resume awkward. Here we go.
Alright.
So we don't have a plan anymore, do we?
Not really, no. Your initial plan busted. It got broken.
Well, that was kind of to Radovan and Reza as Kia.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, DM.
Sorry.
Okay, well... Kia,
Yes.
what do you want to do? I'm kind of whispering to her because Radovan's at the other end of the table.
I really don't know. I really don't know. I screwed everything up last night.
You know what?
I'm
As long
sorry.
as we don't
I'm
get
so sorry.
As long as we don't get busted, we'll be all right. I don't think that little pipsqueak from last night's gonna rat us out.
I don't either.
But I think making haste is a good idea and not lingering in this city. Do we want to take a more direct approach, or do we want to keep to the shadows?
What would be a direct approach?
Well, kind of like Radovan did last night. We could, actively start talking to people.
Yeah. Radovan didn't answer Kia's question why he hates elves so much.
No, he
I
didn't.
know.
And Kia was like, I'm not going anywhere with you unless you answer my question. Damn it.
I'll go anywhere with Reza. Do you wanna just go do this ourselves, Reza? I feel like Radovan is going to need to do the lawful thing every single time, and obviously we kind of can't.
Well, I think first off, we need to figure out how he's going to react to the charming situation. And
I
I
was
think...
gonna tell him.
Okay, so we'll just ignore it?
I don't know. I want to tell him, but I can't. I just can't right now. I'm so mad at him. So I think we should just leave and deal with it later.
Don't you think it would be useful having his diplomacy on our adventures?
Yes, but he's never going to answer. Unless he answers the question I asked him, I'm not going anywhere with him.
So what's Radovan doing as we're whispering in the corner? Just
Yeah.
Looking
I'll
at
tell
my
you, the
food.
first thing is, Radovan, go ahead and make a listen check to see if you overhear the conversation.
Alright.
fumble, 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 fumble.
Okay, +4.
Oh god.
It's 4.
No. You hear
Yes,
whispering,
sweet.
and you think you heard the word Radovan. Possibly could have been your name, maybe not. But that's all you really heard, dude.
Yeah, so I'm just poking at my food, just kind of sulking, just like...
Okay, so I'm gonna kind of like, you'll see, we're having a conversation. I'm just gonna kind of like, Radovan, are you gonna answer Kia's question? And then I'm just gonna immediately kind of sink down.
Natural 7. Hayloft kid, sorry.
You bastard Hayloft. I love it. I just get up and I walk over to this table and I sit down, ignoring it completely.
Where did he go?
Oh my god.
Oh, he's over with
Oh
some
shit. Okay.
friends.
Oh no, okay. That's cool. So
Alright.
Radovan sits down. There's two women there. One in a very kind of flamboyant white dress. One with a rather tight-fitting blue dress, who is amply endowed, and a strange-looking fellow who's wearing kind of a tight-fitting brown tunic. Shickles, guys. It's the Shickles.
Do
They
you
kind
guys
of look at you rather dubiously as you plonk yourself down at their table. But something strange happens. This fellow right here leans in towards Radovan and says, I couldn't help overhear you have a predicament. Well, you know, namely that you stood on the stage last night in a drunken stupor and broadcast it to everybody.
Okay, let me send. Sorry.
But at that point, he glances at the two women. He says, "Ladies," and they both get up and move to the opposite table, the empty table, like almost like they were they were like ordered to leave.
Jeez, I'm not scoring with any women today. Wait, is he staying here?
Yep. Well, you can score with him, possibly.
I was about to introduce myself. I don't recall much of what happened last night. My name is Radovan Rainier. And you are?
Oh, just somebody that possibly could help you for the right price.
Okay, because I really just sat here randomly. Were you ever going to approach me? Or is this just coincidence?
Not in an open public tavern, no. But possibly you or one of your counterparts when you left.
Who are you?
As I said, I'm just somebody that could possibly assist you for the right price.
And that price being?
Well, we can discuss that in a moment, can't we?
Well, why can't we discuss it right now?
Because I'm less than 10 feet away from a gentleman leaning against the back chair who looks like he's trying to listen to every word we say. And he kind of nods his head at this guy over here.
Who is he?
Can I hear that far with my elven ears?
You may make a listen check to see if you can overhear. They are being very quiet. He's deliberately whispering, so I'm going to need a 20 plus.
Oh.
Nope.
No.
I hear nothing.
A 13 will not do it, my dear. So no, you can't hear squat. Especially with the chatter. The chatter in the inn is like, it's fairly loud, so there's a lot of people between you and these voices.
Is Kia going to roll as well?
Yeah.
Come on, natural 20, natural 20.
Ah.
No, we hear
Yes.
You hear
7.
squat. All you hear is chitter chatter from all these crazy people around you.
777. Look at that.
That's it. What are the odds, right? 666, and we could have been in trouble.
Rigged.
He says,
All right.
Perhaps we should step out onto the street.
Lead the way, sir. Anything to get out of this hellhole.
He gets up and steps out of... He kind of gets up and walks out of the tavern.
I follow.
Okay. Ladies, make a spot check. Difficulty 10.
We would have been watching Mr. Radovan.
That's why the difficulty's only 10.
Yeah.
Yep.
15.
Okay, so Racer... Racer notices that Radovan gets up and walks out directly after this strange fellow. Kia is too busy feeling guilty, but I'm sure Racer can kind of like, check it out.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you guys see them walk out of the tavern.
Sneaking.
So is Kia going as well, or are you staying put?
Oh. I guess I'm staying put.
Okay. Right, so Radovan and Racer, with Racer in tow, kind of
And
sneaking
sneak.
up behind. Okay.
Sneak.
Kia, go ahead and make your... sorry, Racer, go ahead and make your sneak check then, please.
Come on, rolls. This is like my thing. Move silently, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
I got it.
okay.
Yeah.
So you slip
close.
out the door rather quietly, no creaking. So Radovan and the strange gentleman are in the street about 20 feet from you. Make a listen check, Racer.
Bumbo!
Well, it equaled to 7, guys. I mean, that's what you were looking for, right? Freaking
Yeah.
Sevens
sevens,
are
right?
real tonight, though.
They
Just
are.
Yes.
Yep.
A 1 with a +6 equals a 7. Okay, so yeah. So no, you're trying as you realize if you get any closer, you're going to be too obvious because there's nowhere to hide. So you're just trying to sit there and listen. Okay, so Radovan,
Yup.
he says, I wasn't actually referring to the comment you made about the strange tattoo. If you're looking for an inksmith, I can't help you. But the other night, he said, I did overhear a conversation where you were looking for or talking to I don't know, somebody. I don't know who he was. But you were asking questions about where would you find a possible person of dubious nature?
That's a lead that we were pursuing to acquire someone
Yeah.
that's potentially in the field, yes.
What really piqued my interest was you said something about a blue-handed tattoo?
Yes. The lady had a blue-handed
Right,
tattoo.
let's cut the chase.
Please do.
25 gold, and I will open my trap. Less than that, and sorry, Sonny, I'm out of here. Because what
Wait,
you're
trap?
asking, he goes, what, mum's the word.
Oh, your
Zipper.
trap. Got it.
He says, what you're asking about could possibly lead to anybody getting killed should they dare tell you anything they know. I'm not pertaining to know everything, but I know something, and I think it's worth 25 gold. What do you think?
Is I want to try diplomacy on him
Okay,
to negotiate down the cost of the...
so let's hear your attempt at negotiation first, and then I'll give you a difficulty check.
Okay, I'm gonna line it up, and then I'm gonna... Listen, sir, my friends and I are not to be messed with, and I am a priest, as you can see, of St. Cuthbert, well versed in the art of protection. I'm sure the people you speak of are very dangerous, potentially murderous, but you have not heard, and I will be happy to regale you with the adventure that we have had thus far. We have inflicted so much more damage than you could possibly fathom on this world in our short time. We are not necessarily desperate, but we are in a rush. And that means that we will do what we can. And I assure you, you will have our protection if you ease up a little bit on this steep cost. I mean, you're obviously well endowed. You know what you're doing. Is information well endowed? You're well engorged. No, you're well dressed, right? You're respectable and well endowed. Sure, I'll just say
How do you
well
know how
endowed.
well
because
endowed he is?
I'm guessing he's rich, surgeries and stuff. That was a slip of mine. That was a Freudian slip. You guys.
I'm just waiting for the milk comments right now as we speak.
But I think we can negotiate a more sensible price, especially considering the services that my friends and I can do in protecting you and your interests.
Okay, you know what? With you offering him protection, I'll take that as a plus. Difficulty check for him to lower his price will be a diplomacy check of 15.
All right.
Come
doing
on,
my
Shaggy!
Oh my god.
He's like,
Plus 10.
look, son. He said, here's the deal. I keep myself to myself. I know how to avoid trouble.
Unbelievable.
He said, so I can take care of myself. I don't need you guys to protect me. And personally, I'm not entirely sure I want your kind of protection either. So I'm sorry, but 25 gold is my price. Take it or leave it.
Can I confer with my friends?
Sure.
Will
But,
you be out here waiting?
Take more than 5 minutes, I'm going to be gone, because I've already said more than I'm willing to risk.
Can I sense motive? I mean, is that no? There's
You
no real
could.
point.
I mean,
right?
you could sense motive to see if you actually think he's on the up and up.
All right. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a sense motive check before I say okay. 5 minutes.
Okay.
This is gonna be just as bad, I'm sure. All right.
Okay. You get this feeling of confidence from the guy, like he's not intimidated by you. He seems fairly kind of level-headed. You know, he's
right.
quite possibly telling you exactly how it is. Like, this is not the sort of guy that's blowing smoke.
All right. Give me 5 minutes. You say I'll be right back. And I hurry back in.
Alrighty.
I don't know what's going on, so I'm staying outside and I'm watching.
I mean,
this guy.
you see some body language.
Yeah.
And,
So I'm gonna
do you
stay
wanna
and
make
watch him.
I'll let you make a sense motive on the body language, but the sense motive check will be a 20.
Okay. Well, I might as well,
But
right?
it's body language only.
Wait,
19.
So close.
Almost. But yeah, because I don't know what's going on,
Right.
and just because of the body language, I'm going to stay and watch him while Radovan
Okay.
goes in.
The question, the feeling you get from that is this guy seems a little bit more than just the average street blackguard, the average street ruffian. There's something about him. You don't know what it is, but there's something, Okay, so Radovan, as you approach the door, you see Racer kind of like crouched in the corner there.
Oh, so she is in the corner. Okay.
She's outside, yeah.
So I see her. Racer, follow me. Come in right now.
Okay, I'll
We
go
need
in.
to talk.
Fine.
Okay, so you guys head back into the inn. Oh, sorry.
Look, that guy. He
She's
seems
gonna
to
plop
have-
down and say that.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Look, we only got 5 minutes. He's asking for 25 gold from us. He says he has information that could lead us to the lady with the blue hand. He pulled me aside, and that's what he said. I tried to negotiate down, but he wouldn't have anything of it. So
I'll pay it.
you'll pay it? I mean, we can
Yeah.
pay it collectively.
No, I want to
Kia.
pay it. I want to pay this.
Okay, let's go. Right away. Are you? So I go back outside.
Okay. So you were pretty fast. So he's still there. He's kind of like kicking stones and just like glancing over. Is everybody going outside or just Radovan?
I hope everyone's coming out with me.
I mean, are you
I'm-
all going to this guy collectively, or is just Radovan approaching him?
I'm gonna trail behind.
Okay.
In stealth
What about
mode.
Kia?
I'm gonna go out there
Okay.
because I'm paying it.
Right. So Radovan and Kia walk towards him. As you approach, he kind of like looks a little off-put and a little bit dubious at you.
Is there a problem?
I don't know. Is there? And he kind of holds his
I
hand
take out the 25 gold and kind of like dangle it in front of
Okay.
him.
At that point, he kind
This
of
for you?
acknowledges what's going on. He says, ching ching first, please.
I hand it to him and roll my eyes.
Okay, he takes it and stuffs it in his pocket. He says, it seems to me that the person you're looking for is no common thief. He said, I'm not going to reveal sources because that's more than my life is worth. But I do know that Dominic Stalwart of all things glittery, he said, has dealt with her before. He says, if I were you, I would talk to Dominic. Because if anybody here knows anything about the person you're looking for, possibly he does. He says, as I said, I'm not pretending to know everything about her, but Dominic, I know for a fact, has purchased certain jewels and gems from her.
Is there anything about Dominic we should know before going to talk to him? Like, we're not just going to go in there and mention what we're looking for, right? Is there a way to get at him?
He said, that's up to you. He said, Dominic he just owns a jewelry store.
Is there anything else you can tell us about Dominic? Who he is, what he likes, his family?
How do you know that he's dealt with her?
As I said, I don't want to reveal sources. Just trust me. He has. He probably won't admit it openly.
Yeah, but okay, well, you don't have to give me names, but like, have you bought a gem from the same woman who mentioned that she goes there? Like, how do you know
I've
she's
got
been
no
there?
interest in buying gems.
Who are you, sir? You haven't given us.
It doesn't matter, does it?
It kind of matters. We gave you 25 gold for information, and we don't even know if it's accurate or not.
Well, that's a chance you took. But trust me, it's accurate. He said, go talk to Dominic Stalwart.
Okay. I look at Raysa and Kia and I shrug and I say, your call, guys. Shall we?
What kind of man is Dominic? An honorable man or a easily persuaded man?
Oh, Dominic. Well, he sells jewelry. He's interested. He's very well dressed. He's quite pompous. Flattering his ego would probably get you a long way with him.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yes.
He said, hopefully this will help you. I appreciate your kind donation to my profit train.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of tips his hat almost kind of smugly. And he heads back towards the inn.
Well, at least we know where he's going to be if anything goes sour.
Right. So,
Right.
with your newfound information, it is bright and early. It's first thing in the morning. What do you guys want to do?
All right, so I immediately want to say, guys, and I'm going to reach into my pouch and pull out the gems from one of my bags. I have so many freaking gems. I'll pull out like a couple, and I'll just say, I think I have the perfect reason to go and talk to our new friend.
That is perfect. You're right.
How do you guys want to approach this? Should I go in solo, see what information I can get out of them?
Yeah, I don't want to scare her off by all of us just tramping in there, so maybe you should just go.
Okay.
Kia.
Alrighty, so who's going to All Things Shiny and who's staying put?
Well,
All-
before we go,
All that glitters.
I think
Before
we're
we
all
go.
planning to go, right? Just one of us would go in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before we go, I look at Kia and I say, Kia, do you have anything that I might borrow to wear?
What do you mean?
Well, something that makes me look a little better off.
Better,
Alright.
more well endowed,
More
right?
better.
Yeah. Better
I
endowed.
Better
I take
endowed.
off my gold headpiece and I put it on her, and then I take off my blue robe and I hand it to her.
Okay.
I'm in shock. I'm like, she takes all the shinies, you know?
Yeah, well, she's trusting her.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess that we need to make our way to, what is it? All that glitters?
Yes, which is 22 on the map, as you. I think
Yes.
you've already written it down.
Yes, I have.
Okay, so the group heads through the town of the trade section to All That Glitters. Okay.
Ready? Okay. So you're gonna see the Radovan and Q will notice something interesting as I go to open the door to the shop. As we're walking over there, you're gonna notice me go kind of like up, and you're just gonna kind of see me like getting almost like half an inch or half a foot taller, which is like weird because I don't walk this tall, and the shoulders will go back. You're probably gonna look at me like, what the hell?
Okay, so you're putting the airs and graces on. It's
Ow.
like,
I am employing everything that I've seen as a child, and I am just getting ready to.
well, you had a very good experience at what true nobility might have been. So
Oh,
yeah, you're
absolutely.
probably playing that to a T. Maybe possibly slightly awkwardly, but
Oh, yeah.
you know, it's almost like
Yeah.
it's almost kind of like watching her act like Kia. If you,
Yeah,
you
which
know, the
will
way
be
Kia
weird.
walks and carries herself, it's almost like a strange, awkward Kia-ish scenario.
Around a Ben's face.
Okay, so you get to all things shiny. The store is lined with locked glass-top counters which contain all manner of jewelry, from simple gold rings to fine ornate pieces. Several loose stones are also available for purchase. There's a sign hanging behind the counter saying, "We do commissioned work and purchase raw stones and jewelry." There is a burly-looking half-orc standing by the door with one hand on a large warhammer. There is also a loaded crossbow on a peg on the wall behind him. The owner, a well-dressed man in his early 50s, has kind of salt and peppered goatee, quite like mine, really. And he's kind of average build, stands about 5'11". Is kind of like looking at you as you walk in. The half-orc kind of grunts and scowls at you, almost like menacingly, to give you the
Okay.
impression like, "Hey, I'm watching you," but he doesn't say any words.
All right, so this is what's going down right now.
Okay, so you.
So I will open the door, walk in, and kind of look around. And I'm looking, and obviously looking for the owner of the shop. So,
All right. Well, he's standing there behind the counter.
I'll walk over.
He kind of politely smiles at you. He says, "Good day, madam. I am glad you come into my establishment. Are we buying or selling?"
Are you Mr. Was it Stalwart?
Stalwart.
Stalwart. Are you
Dominic
Mr.
Stalwart. Yes, ma'am. That is me. I am the proprietor of this establishment.
Ah, yes. I have been most highly recommended of your establishment. And I wonder if I might speak to you in your... well, where other people might not hear.
I am awfully sorry. There are no other customers here. The only other person here is my capable and very eagle-eyed bodyguard. I would happily talk to you right here in front of every little...
Excellent.
You know,
Well, as long as
every
his
little piece of his
ears
attention.
are privy to what I'm
Oh, no,
want
no.
to speak
He
to
says
you.
nothing, but he sees everything.
Wonderful. Well, that is great. I
So
wonder...
what can I do for you?
I wonder, sir, and I'm going to reach into my bag, and I'm going to grab 2 of the largest gems that I currently have.
Okay.
And so I'll just, for props, I'm pull this one out. And I'll say, just kind of like down in front of my body so his weirdo friend can't see, but he may see, and say, these gems are, well, let's just say, kind of small. And they're not.
Right. I got you. I'm with you.
And I'm wondering if maybe you might have something a little more suitable.
Well, what are you looking for? What particular purpose would this gem serve? Are you trying to make a statement? Are you trying to buy someone's affection?
Perhaps. You
Oh.
see, well,
And how endowed would Madam's coin purse be?
well, sufficient, shall we say?
Well, sufficient is a very generic term. Let me give you examples. I have gems and jewels that would sufficiently suffice somebody willing to spend 50 to 100 gold pieces. However, I also have gems sufficient to, tantalize someone that was willing to spend 5,000 to 6,000 gold pieces. Now, if that is what you're talking about, certain types of gems require a little bit more, maybe more to order.
Yes.
But we have a fine selection of gems here. As you can see, I have a fine selection of pearls. I have a fine selections of rubies, diamonds, sapphires, various different gems and jewels. And if you wish to have them commissioned into a particularly specific piece, we are quite capable of doing so.
Well, let's just say my person of which I am trying to gain affection
Kiliana. Sorry.
They have a certain proficiency for blue gems, like maybe sapphires.
Oh, well, we have a few select sapphires here, if any of these would suffice. He kind of takes you over to one particular cabinet and shows you a selection of sapphires, some of which you're like, oh my god, I want to steal them. There are some very large sapphires. Some are uncut, some are very specifically cut. But none of them are big enough to have possibly fit that little gap inside that staff that you saw, the rod.
Okay.
Incidentally, just real quick for all those watching, this is what we're talking about. They were looking for a blue sapphire that was able to fit inside of the top part of this. So it was pretty hefty. It was huge. About half the size of your fist. The largest gem he has, the largest sapphire he has, is possibly maybe not. I mean, this thing would have to be the size of a golf ball. What he has isn't much bigger than a marble.
Okay.
And I am still talking about the gems.
All right, so he's showing me, and I just kind of want to show General, oh, that's it.
Okay, so you're looking down on his selection.
Yeah, and somewhat not too over the top, but a little with disappointment,
okay.
Oh.
He says, well, if there's nothing here of your liking, I can assure you I can acquire just about anything you'd like, given time, of course. I have sources.
Oh, well, that's wonderful to hear. Let me see. You're sure?
Yes, if
best
you
you
have
have.
the coin and you have the dedication to give me time to acquire such a gem, I can probably acquire just about anything you would like to see. However, I do request a small deposit before I
Naturally.
go
Of
looking
course.
for such a thing.
Of course. Well, let me ponder this and come up with the exact item that I might have you find for me.
He says, oh, not at all. By all means, take your time.
Yes, if you don't mind, I'd just like to take a quick look around your shop.
Oh, please, please. I would happily, I'd recommend some of our finest diamonds. We have a vast selection of diamonds, in fact.
And so she's going to entertain him,
Okay.
or I'm going to entertain him and just kind of go around and look at all the things.
Look at everything, let pander
Yeah.
to his pompousness.
Absolutely.
Okay, perfect. Alrighty. So you take 5 or 10 minutes and he shows you, he, with pride, shows you his entire selection of gems and jewels, both cut and uncut.
Excellent, and they're beautiful.
Right. He says, the gems that you showed me, are you interested in selling them at all? We do, in fact, buy uncut gems.
Well,
I like to
guess-
think I give a very reasonable price.
well, once I decide what it is that I would like you to find for me, perhaps we could barter with them as part of the deposit.
Oh, well, absolutely.
Wonderful. Well, I'll have to say I'm most happy that I came into your shop, as I'm sure nobody else in this town could even match the beautiful items that you
Oh,
have.
madam, trust me, we are the premier jeweler here in Corthan. There is nobody that, other than some general stores, that palm off some cheap rocks and stones and some...
Yes,
We if you have a gem to buy or sell, it is here that you will acquire it.
I can definitely see that. Wonderful. Well, Mr. Star Wars, thank you for your time. And I'm sure I will be back very soon.
Oh, excellent. I look forward to seeing you soon, madam.
All of a sudden, Raisa has an accent.
Raisa suddenly became British.
No, she's quite pompous.
Price of endowment, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, so she's going to, casually stroll her way out.
Okay. So you go back outside to Kia and Radovan.
We're just awkwardly, milling about. Not exactly looking at each other, not speaking to each other, just watching people pass us by.
Okay.
I turn to Raisa the second she emerges and say, what was that? Look at you.
Yeah,
And I'm just going to say...
Race almost adorned this new personality.
Yeah.
Like, she got into the role a little too much.
Yeah,
And I'm going to say, off we go. And I'm just going to walk away from the shop. In character. All weird.
I follow, of course. Just perpetually shrugging,
I kind of walk swiftly past Radovan and take my golden headpiece
Very
and put it back
quickly
on my head.
reacquire your stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
In my robe.
Okay.
That's enough of that.
And immediately I will shrink.
Alrighty.
Ow.
So what's your
Okay.
game plan? You've discussed some information. You know this guy can acquire gems and
Yeah. So I'm gonna relay that to the party and say, if we want to invest, we can probably have him find us a gem, or we can try and look at befriending him in some way, and might take time. Just basically let them know everything he told me and see if they have any ideas, because I do not at this
Right.
point.
Is he going to meet a contact? I'm sorry, I'm a little confused. Does he have someone to meet to acquire these gems, or
Well, once
do we have to make the deal first?
I believe once we put a deposit on a gem, he will try and find it for us, right? But the blue gem that we're looking for is well beyond what we can afford. Absolutely.
Well, what's the deposit he's requiring of you?
A portion of the
yeah. I mean, obviously that would depend on
price. Yeah.
the value of the gem you're looking for.
Right, but we're looking for we just know the size of the gem we're looking for. We don't
What
know.
you guys are looking for is a sapphire of unnatural size, and it's cut.
Yeah.
This is not the sort of gem you're going to find in an average jeweler. This is like something that a sultan
Okay.
would spend months looking for. It's friggin' huge.
Gore knows his gems apparently. Okay.
Right.
I mean, jeez. Shit.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, no, it's huge, right? So
Thank you.
we could. The gem is huge. It's huge, Shay.
Better.
Absolutely huge.
All right, shut up.
It's massive.
Round and ginormous.
I know.
Kind of
that's
gem
sorry.
that you're
So
not
bad of
familiar
me.
with.
Oh.
So we could invest in a smaller, something not as large, and see if maybe his contact, we can try and find out who his contacts are by following him. He does have a huge orc inside that guards the place.
Ooh, you said orc in front of Kia.
Yeah, I'm assuming her ears would perk up at that.
Yes, it did.
But making a deal to acquire a smaller gem that's not the gem we're looking for, so we can
We're
do
just
that.
Looking
Follow
to
the
find his-
contact. But if the contact, would it be the same contact that he would go to if we specifically requested the gem that we're looking for?
I don't know.
Because why don't we do that? I mean, the deposit.
But the
I
deposit
guess.
on a 6,000 gold gem is more than what we have. Anyways.
True. We can try to sniff up the ladder by asking for something more reasonable for us, and then looking at finding a contact and getting some information on him. I guess we could do that.
Or we could say that we're looking for a gem with magical properties. That would be harder to obtain. And
But also
one that we're
expensive.
looking for also has a magical property. So maybe he has a magical property gem person. I don't know. Or, Mr. Rainier, you might go in there as a completely different person and approach it from a different way and say something. I don't know.
Hey, bitch! I hear you buy gems from thieves.
Yeah.
I don't know if that
Well,
will go over very well.
What about the orc? Can't we get information from him? Maybe? He's
Ooh.
guarding it, so he might know.
Didn't look very nice.
No.
Orcs never look nice. I mean,
You
are you
can't
kidding
reason with an orc, ever.
me? Are you sure? I probably could. I mean, he's obviously sophisticated enough to guard a shop that is costly, so that means he's more honorable than most orcs. Maybe not intelligent necessarily, but we could get some information from him, don't you think? We follow him after hours. Maybe he is inclined to like to drink or party or, something that we can then take advantage of to extract information. I don't know. I mean, that's an idea. Who knows what he's seen? I mean, there are a few things we can do. We could do the original plan just to go to the source and the contact. We can try. I can try with the guy, or Kia can even try with the guy. I mean, we go in one at a time and try to approach it from different angles.
Well, Raisa was already wearing my stuff, so...
You took it back, didn't you?
Yeah, she'll say he's gonna say, why are you looking like the other elf with the same stuff on? I'm not going in.
Really?
You could go in with the aspect of us being sisters.
Do sisters wear the same thing?
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't have any sisters, and even if I did, I would never wear what my sister would be wearing.
No.
Okay.
You should go in there, Radovan. Maybe just be more direct, not confrontational, just direct.
Shouldn't we wait until maybe later in the day? Might be weird having two people
Like almost
show
immediately,
up.
two people walk in wearing the same clothing.
Radovan's not going to wear
Radovan's
Kia's
doing
clothes.
this.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm not
that'd be a
wearing
little
kids'
weird.
clothing.
Alright. Well, how long do we need to wait? Just an hour, maybe?
Well,
Well, what are we going to do in the interim? I mean,
I was the only one in there, so it'd be kind of weird. Like, I don't know.
no. I'm going to go in right now. I'm going to try. I got an idea. I got some ideas.
Okay.
All right. Well, stuff falls on my desk. Huh. All right. So I'm going to go in alone, Gorbad.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I'm immediately going to look at the orc. What's he wearing? What's his
The orc is
general
wearing
look?
basically his like green tinted skin arms are bare and they're pretty hefty. They're bigger than yours considerably. He's wearing a tight, thick leather waistcoat and leather pants, and he's holding his huge weapon. He's got that in hand, but you notice that the loaded crossbow is like within easy reach of him. So it's like he's got a weapon to just like belt a would-be thief with, but if somebody ran, he can grab the crossbow and like plug them as they attempt to leave.
And
So he's quite formidable, in your opinion.
and he's obviously looking at me because I just entered.
Yep, he's scowling
What?
at you.
Oh, he's scowling. I smile brightly and I nod and I say, "How do you do?"
He just goes, before anything else happens, Dominic Stalwart, the owner, says, "Good day, sir. Why don't you come talk to me? Let's see if we can help you at all today."
Thank you, sir. What's with awfully peculiar bodyguard?
Theft.
If I might. Rampant.
This is a jewelry store. We have a lot of valuable merchandise, and he is a very capable security system.
Oh, I don't doubt that for a second, sir. I'm just saying, like, of all the other stores I've been in, and I've been here for a few days now, I have yet to see another orc security guard. That's mighty peculiar.
Are you intimidated?
Oh, no, don't get me wrong. I'm completely
Then
intimidated.
you understand why I employ him, sir.
Well,
Can I help you at all? Are you here looking to buy a gem, perhaps for a loved one?
Well, I would like to say I'm sorry to one of my friends, so possibly a gem or something.
And I sorry, gem. They don't usually go for very much, do they? Unless you really upset this person.
I think I did.
Did you do something that seriously requires redemption, sir?
Honestly, sir, I have no recollection of my actual offense, but from this morning's breakfast, it was pretty big.
If this is the case, and you don't understand or don't have recollection of what or how deep the offense was, it's best to overcompensate, sir. So may I suggest let me... Is it a female or a man?
Why don't you take a guess, big boy? No, I'm kidding.
Well, I'm assuming you probably upset a lady.
She is, oh yes, and a very pretty lady at that.
You're off the good, thanks for the follow. Let me escort you towards our ring section. Or maybe she's more of a bracelet or a necklace type person.
She is very magically inclined, actually. I don't
we
quite understand what she can do, but she does it. So it's a little beyond over my head, if you get my drift.
Magically inclined. But does she have an affinity for jewelry, sir? Fine, exquisite jewelry.
Those rock things, I don't know. What are they called? The
gems? Jewels?
Gems, jewels, yeah. Like they're red and blue and purple. We
have rubies, sapphires, if that's what you're talking about, sir.
I will say sapphire sounds... I don't know. I can't tell sapphire.
Does she have an affinity for blue?
She does, actually.
Sapphires are blue.
Wears it everywhere, you know?
Oh, well, yes, sapphires then, sir.
She had a quarterstaff, and it got broke. We were traveling, and a salamander actually attacked us, and the quarterstaff broke. But we happened to find this great scepter rod thingy. It was very gold, and it had a huge claw-like thing that I think a sapphire could fit in, if that's what it's called, a sapphire. I'm sorry. Maybe?
Random blood elf, thanks for following.
I don't know. I mean, I'm just spitballing here, you know.
Lee Khajiit, thanks for the follow.
Thank you.
Honestly, sir, I mean, I do have an array of sapphires, but the person you're talking of, are you sure she wouldn't be more interested in something of an arcane nature? I don't really have any of that, but I can direct you to somebody that does.
You do? Well, yeah, please. Any information you can give me. If you want me to overcompensate, I think this is the way I should do it. Because
I also take donations. Perhaps you would like to donate to my gem cutting fund in exchange for some information that possibly would be more interesting to you.
And how much gold or...
Well, it's a donation, sir. It's whatever you feel you can afford.
And does how much we donate dictate how much you inform us?
No, sir. Just whatever you can honestly afford.
You
seem to be pondering this. Obviously, you have enough money to consider how much money you should donate.
How does 25 gold sound?
I mean, yes, sir. For 25 gold, I would more than happily give you directions to somebody that could furnish you with a gift of a arcane nature.
How about a blue sapphire with magical properties?
Oh, well, specifics are beyond me, but I can certainly direct you to the correct...
Would this contact know?
Well, maybe. I don't know what he knows, but I can tell you where he is.
I think for 25 gold...
And for 25 gold, sir, I would also be willing to throw in one of these gems or jewels of your choosing. And it kind of points to some smaller gems or jewels in a small case. Almost like a peace offering or a gift of goodwill.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, this is kind of above my pay grade, if you get my meaning. I just really want to make things right. So how about I give you 10 gold instead?
Well, I do believe you said something about 25 gold, sir.
I know, but I don't know what any of these things are in this box. You're giving me a contact, like I don't know.
Trust me, I will give you. I would honestly select a reasonable gem that you can give to her, and the 25 gold that you offered me will secure the information, sir.
Fine, let's do it.
Okay, so you hand the guy 25 gold?
Yep, I do.
Alrighty. He hands you a small blue sapphire. It's not cut, it's pretty small.
Yeah.
He hands it to you as almost like, here you go. Careful.
It's such a horrible mistake, but okay.
And then he says, I recommend that you head to the dwelling section of the city. Some people call it the rich section. And look for Mr. or his Magister, Mr. Porther DeWint. He is a wizard of some renown. And I believe he might be able to assist you more than I can.
What was his name?
Yeah, what was his name? Sorry.
Porther DeWint.
And he's in which district?
The
I'm sorry,
rich
I'm new
section
here.
of town, sir.
Well, okay. I mean, I know there's a few areas.
The
but...
northeast.
Okay.
I believe he dwells in a rather strange-looking building. It's very close to the town hall, in fact.
Building that we've seen before, perhaps.
He says, but inquire if you talk to him about possibly securing his magical services. He's somewhat of a mercenary. He's sure to talk to you.
Thank you, sir. I take the
not
gem.
at all. Not at all. Well, I hope you have a splendid day, sir.
Yes, you too.
And I appreciate your donation.
You son of a bitch. Thank you. And I
it's time to go to break real quick, guys.